Hello guys, Kearon here with Explorminate, and welcome to a preview series. It's going to be a preview video series of Gladius Relics of War. Now, if you've been under a rock, this is a 4X game in the Warhammer 40k universe, which I think is a pretty cool crossover. And the great folks over at Slytherin have been kind enough to give us a key, so I have put together some videos here. Going to do one or two videos, I haven't decided there, on the day the embargo hits, and then look for about a video a day after that until I get far enough into this that either people just don't really want to watch anymore, which is fine, or I beat it, or whatever. So and we might not just be doing strict gameplay. I might be doing some little explanation videos along the ways and things, because I kind of feel like, at least for me for 4X, it's pretty hard for me to watch a Let's Play because I'd rather just play a game. But I do want to point out some of the, I don't know, nuances of the game, kind of where it's going, pull some of the numbers out, some of the strategies, so you get an idea like how this is going to play. That's why I think Let's Play videos shine. And that's really the purpose of a preview video. So, full disclosure, like I said, this key was given to us. It is a beta, as you see down here in the bottom. It's still a demo build. And we only actually have one race to play with right now. So Space Marines is who we're going to be playing as. That's the only race you do have to play with as we go in our new game here. These are grayed out. So, which is fine. But, final game coming out later. I think it's this summer. I'm not sure. I don't think we've been given a date, anybody, but I think this summer. I thought. Let's look here. Yeah, I mean it's still a little ways away. I don't say that because what I've played is like crummy or anything, but this game is not right around the corner. This is not a 2 weeks away demo or anything. So pre-orders, I know they did mention in the email they sent over to us, start May 31st. So, they are going to start that. I don't know if they're going to have any like pre-order bonuses or anything. I know that's pretty divisive. I always don't mind pre-order bonuses if it's a game I'm going to love. But so yeah, we don't really have any news on that, but yes. So thank you again for the, letting us do this. Full game's going to have Imperial Guard, well, the Astra Militarium, I call them Imperial Guard, old school, Necron and Orcs. I could have sworn, oh, actually, no. You can't see their specialties, but I did find a place we can dig into it later. So, to be determined, no. Up and coming preview, stand by. I don't know where we're going with that. Anyways, one of these videos, we're going to dig into some of the other perks and kind of the playstyle of the other armies as I kind of guess about that. But before I go any deeper into this, I did want to take just a little moment, step aside, and thank the Explorminate community, because you guys are great. You guys are what keep us doing this. And we hit kind of a cool milestone here, at least for us, where we are, I'm going to call us pretty small fish. We try to do our thing well, and I think we do, but we hit over, we've, accumulated over 1 million YouTube videos. Views, excuse me. So that was really cool for me to see that. Nate, Nasrog got me on board pretty early, I'd say, with the whole Explorminate. And that's been just kind of something I know we've been plugging it towards. At least I have been, keep an eye on that. Not that we do this for how many views we get or anything, but just that was pretty cool to see. Man, I think we've made some quality videos along the way. I know myself personally have made some videos that probably could have been better, but we're always trying to do our best here. So thank you guys for everybody who's watching this video, who's watched any of our videos. We appreciate you taking the time to come here, and it's it's always an honor that to me that there's at least one other person on this planet that's wow, I'm gonna listen to what the heck this dude has to say about a game. But yeah, so thank you. Before we get into the game here, we're just gonna show off a few things. So you've got your world seed, you've played 4X games, you kind of know what that is. We've got our world sizes and stuff. We're not gonna mess with that right now. Everything from tomb density to forest, rivers, artifacts, land masses. basically the gist of this, and I've gone back and forth. I'll show the little introductory video that they have here. You're on a planet, a warp storm comes through, everything breaks loose, and you emerge and you're fighting for power. So that's why it's called Relics of War, I think, because this is on a pretty destroyed world, and you're what comes up after the dust is settled to try to rebuild and defend your home world. Space Marines, though, how they play. So initial challenge, easy, because they're Space Marines, so they're like, uber tough, right? They have a fortress city, so you only have one city which deploys from orbit. I found that very interesting. We're going to get into some of my thoughts on that later, but they work with one city, and I think that from a lore standpoint comes from the fact that they basically have one ship survive this whole storm you're going to see in a minute. For requisitions, food and ore are one resource. I don't actually know what that is referring to. Requisitions are your currency you spend on deploying troops, and your upkeep goes against that. Fortresses of Redemption are little, basically deployable. You call them down. Fortresses that allow you to gather strategic resources. You can battle barge operations. You can deploy operations on the battlefield. Basically, you expend influence, and again, we'll get more into this, for boosts to your guys. And then chapter tactics. That's actually totally two different things. Maybe I haven't seen. Anyways, we are the Unbreakable Shield, though, so we'll leave it at that. So, enough talk. Let's get into this game. So we're gonna watch a little beginning video. If you want to skip past that, just do your thing, skip past it. No worries. And we're going to play this pretty slow as I go through and explain the game as I'm playing through it. I've got about 4 or 5 hours into it so far. Again, just Space Marines, because that's obviously what we have right now. So I feel like I've got a decent grasp on like how the game plays, and we're going to try to make some comparisons to other games, and just like I always do with these, we're going to preview this to death. We're going to show the good, the bad, what I have questions on, what I hope for. So here we go. Let's watch this cool video. And we're not going to fight any other Space Marines. That's just dumb. Maybe double orcs. Okay.
Gladius Prime was a bastion of humanity, newly colonized. A suitable base for our chapter to rebuild and recruit. We Space Marines raised our fortress here, grew strong again. But the Ork invasion brought a warp storm that cut off our Emperor's light. And the dread Necrons crawled from the earth beneath our feet. War was on all sides, yet we are the Emperor's chosen. We do not dread the dark, or quail at the relics of old. Terror is for those who oppose us. We know no fear.
Alright, we know no fear. Those of you who have ever actually played the 40k tabletop game, bet you wish your Space Marines knew no fear all the time, right? So, this is the game. Oh no, I went the wrong way, dang it, I'm so dumb. This is the damn game and I already clicked the wrong spot. So, this is the edge of the map. Right here, you can see. So that's why it gets a little interesting to see. Do I deploy something here? Oh, they've got rocks. I mean, it's decent. So we're going to pull it on our city here. I mean, it's fine. It's as good as we could hope for. Oh, that's actually really good. We've got some decent stuff there. Let's do it. Call down our fortress city. So, we've got our hub. Now remember, this is the one town we're going to have, or a settlement city. We'll call it whatever. And so, in this game, there's not at least with Space Marines, I guess I can't speak for everybody. You don't have like production, you don't have hammers and food and science speakers or whatever like you would in Civ or the FID system in the Endless series, right? It is strictly everything is based out of the cities, which simplifies it a lot. Um, there might be some people out there that are like, dang, like I want that system, I want that complexity and stuff. I don't know how it's gonna work with other people having multiple settlements, but Space Marines are one city group, and so what we're gonna do is we're going to acquire a tile. Now, acquiring a tile, this shows its cost here if you hover over it. Got some blue diamonds, some purple man, and some cogs, right? Let's go through what those are. So population, pretty straightforward. Every building you have, so I'm going to eventually put construct generators, libriums for research, refractories, you know, recruiting halls, that stuff. Each of those buildings takes a population. So you've got to build buildings within the city that have a population. And let me just start going through some turns here really quick while I'm talking about this, and we'll catch up with some of these notifications. So you've got you. Man, maybe we're gonna get in trouble here. I'm not gonna read this. This is your quest. Basically, you win by killing everybody. You're completing your quest. What we say is deploy a Fortress for Redemption to secure a tile. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. So get back here for a second. So we're building an expansion here. Acquire a tile. Actually, let's just go one more. Why not? Okay, acquire this tile. So 3 spots means I can build 3 buildings here. Now, not every location can. This is a grassland with rocks, so it boosts my resources, but I have 2 less building slots. Is that a hexagon? Yeah, it's a hexagon. I was like, is that a pentagon or hexagon? That's a hexagon. There's 6 sides there. And so I picked this to start with because it was the best tile. It gives me a bonus to my requisition. Also 3 buildings can be built because you just have to keep building expansions to build more buildings. And so, you know, biggest bang for your buck. Let's min-max a little bit. But again, +8. So that's your growth. That's your threshold's 32 right now. I think that does go up. 2 turns, we're going to get a second person. So we could then work on 2 buildings, right? Requisitions, just think of that as your gold, but you use it for everything. Energy is used mostly for upkeep of buildings, but also some special units, as it says. I'm trying to think of any special units. Yeah, it definitely does, but mostly requisition. Don't make the mistake I did by misreading the tooltips. This is basically just you need to max this out if you want big armies. Research, pretty straightforward research. Armory takes that much, and the army is what I'm going to use to build people, so 4 turns at my current research. Influence, you will expend that for expansions, the Fortresses of Redemption, yes, thank you. And then loyalty is just basically you have to keep your loyalty up or your production tanks a little bit. So to begin with, let's go. Ooh, that's so tempting to go like 3 ways on this actually. To get the Assimilarium would be good for the early influence boost. Let's go refractory. That's going to be 4 turns. And then we'll probably go armory in 4 turns, so we'll wait. Oopsie. I'm going to be doing that a lot. I'm used to escaping out of stuff that currently does not do what I want it to do. So we start with our Space Marines here. We're going to move them up. We're going to show a little combat off here. Oh, against these Kroot Hounds. So this is a Kroot Hound, as you can see, native to this wonderful land. They have, so let's just go through this. Armor reduces the damage you take. Each point of armor reduces damage taken by approximately 8%. I imagine that scales a little bit. It's probably not linear. That's why it says approximately. There's maybe a fall off, maybe not. Hit points, morale. Morale actually seems to operate a lot, well, not a lot similar to, oh dang, slipped my mind. Sanctus Reach, thank you. And we'll draw some comparisons with that a little later, maybe. Actions, pretty straightforward. Movement, sight, and their level. Okay. Now the one I really want to get into is close combat weapons, and I might break this down a little bit in a future video. But basically, 1 damage. There's 2 attack. Times 5 because there's 5 of them right now. They don't have any armor penetration. Their accuracy is pretty decent because they're close quarters, and they've got an initiative of 5. I don't actually have any idea what the initiative's going to do. So they shall know no fear. They cannot be broken by morale. So we've been to hell and back, right? Our planet's been decimated. We've got robot skeletons coming out of the ground. You name it. I know they're called Necrons, guys, but I've been playing a lot of Tomb Kings recently. That's what it reminds me of. So let's look at the Space Marines guns, because I think they are a lot more interesting. So we've got the bolt gun times 5. Again, we'll double check this, but I'm almost certain that as you lose guys, you're going to lose attack, which makes sense. And I like that system. I hate the system in where like you have 5 dudes, but like if there's 1 guy with the spear, it does as much damage as 5 guys with the spears. They have rapid fire though, so it increases the attack at half range. And it doesn't actually tell me what the attack is, but let's just show this off. So actually we can kind of see this. Okay, the problem is with this, it's probably not a problem. I hope they allow you to be able to like hover over things and see everything that factors into it. Like the Civ version, right? You can see, oh, I'm getting a debuff because I'm attacking across the river, or they're fortified on the hill. This is just kind of like slider bar, which works, but I think for 4X, like, error on the side of giving people way too much information, right? And make an easy to use UI. So we almost killed him. They've got 1 left. Let's look at him right now. So now he has 1 attack, not times 5. So we were right. Poor dude only has 2 attacks, 1 damage. Oh, they get 2 attacks is what it is, yeah. And then we have 1 attack at 5. I wonder what the attack increases. Yeah, it doesn't say, but so basically, they can shoot ranged. These guys have to be hand to hand, but it's probably better not to. So look at our haul. So we have, oh, what? Yeah, we got stuff. Okay, we discovered a Necron Tomb. This is where they slept for a long millennia, as it says. So we can go check that out when we get a hero later on. They're going to attack us back here. Now we have attacked in this round. I just did air quotes with my fingers. You can't see that. In this round, the round constitutes from when I start to when it comes back to me. So if I hadn't attacked, they would retaliate. You have 1 retaliation. So if you don't attack, you get a retaliate. It's kind of a decision you have to make, which is cool. I think it adds a little bit of a layer of strategy to it. We're doing pretty good still. We're not going to suffer any casualties, but we'll knock them down, so that way they do a lot less damage to us. So even though we don't get to attack back, they're going to do less to us, which is always good. What unit are we skipping? Excuse me? You can't hit there. Okay, they're attacking again. We did lose a Space Marino. Oh, I have not had that happen. That poor hound thought he could take our fortress city. That poor puppy. Oh well. Keep firing. Keep firing. Let's come this way. Got to just keep exploring. Okay. So we got a little alert here. Our population did grow. Hurrah. We talked about that already. We expected that. So now we can support 2 buildings, which will be good. Let's finish off Dog Boy here. Thank you. That was a lot of shots to do that. My goodness. Oh, we found an ore field. Good. That's actually probably really good. So this would be a good time as any to deploy a Fortran of Redemption. Retribution would be so much cooler. Let's look at this real quick. So, it gives 50% ore, which for Space Marines I don't think really matters when we looked over the race traits, whatever you want to call them. Plus 75% requisitions, so that's pretty good. 75% boost to that. I think that would be decent and probably something we should consider. Research complete. Super epic. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. He's getting his armor. So, we got an armory, and I did not mean to build an armory. I'm not going to lie. I clicked the wrong one, guys. But that's okay because we get scout bikes. And we can get all the way up to land speeders, vindicators, dreadnoughts, predators, and hunters. So again, anyone familiar with 40K, those are gonna sound pretty exciting to you. You're probably pretty familiar with them. So unfortunately, we researched armory, but you know, we still won't have scout bikes. I'm gonna go with the Reclusium first, though. If that's how you say that, because we wanna get a hero early on because heroes are just super cool. 5 turns. Let's do a little test here on something. Awesome. If you're in a CD tile, you do heal more. It goes from 10% a turn to 20% a turn. So that's not too shabby at all. Call down our fortress. Has to be somewhere clear. I mean, that's a pretty decent place. My only hesitation is it's super against the wall. The boundary, excuse me. So I don't know how excited I'd be for that. Okay, we've got a refractory. We're gonna have to do an armory, and then probably a generator. Might as well clear that. So let me go back to something here real quick while we are still slowly and steadily growing. Ooh, fermentation pool. Growth. I don't have a problem with growth though. Discovered a new Green Coast. Green Coast! We found the region of Green Coast. Exactly sure what that would do. Let me jump over into the city again real quick, if you bear with me. So, question that might have come up in your mind is like, so does everything just have a base build rate? Like, how does that work? So this is an armory we're going to make. Armories produce your basic land units, Space Marines, Assault Marines, stuff like that, right? Your man squads. It has its cost of 36, so it's going to take 5 turns right now. It produces 6 production a turn. Now, what you can do is I can build multiple armories in the same tile or different tiles scattered about, however I see fit to do that. And as I do that, the total production of the armories, they sum one with another. So 2 of them is going to have 12 production. So let's say a Space Marine takes, I'm just going to pull this number out of the air, it's not right, 24 production to make. 1 armory take 4 turns, 2 armories is 2 turns, and so on, right? So it does pay to build additional armories, but you are restricted, at least from what I have seen, and I've looked at the end of the tech tree, it does seem to limit you to 1 production land a turn. So you can be working on only 1 tactical marine squad. You can queue a bunch up. Now, if you have an armory, you can be building a scout bike and an assault marine at the same time, as we'll see later, but you can't be working on multiple assault marines at once. That's because you're limited to 1 city and such, which, as you build the city up, you can actually produce stuff really quickly. The thing I hit escape again. The thing I am hoping for that I don't see yet is some sort of method to come in a drop pod. I mean, that's pretty Space Marine 101, at least in my book. Being able to come in on that stuff. Ooh, this is perfect. Shard of Vol. That's kind of what I need, I think. Drop this somewhere. Because that's going to be 25 extra energy and requisition. So I think we're going to drop that right now. We want to take Kikos anyways. Ooh, look at that. Chapter 1, Final Foundation. With the fortress built, focus your energies on requisitioning the rare materials. I can't read sometimes. Swear I know how to read. From the remaining population. So, generate 20 requisitions per turn. We got that. Got 25 influence. Boom. Quest done. We nailed it. In that turn. Oh, got some more little puppies coming in here. Go ahead and shoot at him. Thank you. Just take care of him now for me, will ya? And Space Marines are going to finish this. Kaboom. All right. So that turn has been ended. I want to build. I know we're 25 minutes here, but You guys probably want to see this. I'm assuming you want to see this. We'll go one more turn to get the armory done. Oh, one thing, wireweed sucks. It's freaking everywhere, and if you step on it, you get hurt. Oh, we get a Jack Arrow trade encampment. I don't know if that's like a joke on like Trader Joe. um, pretty good influence and requisitions, and where is it? Right here? I would have to move a hero onto it. If you move heroes on there, you can actually use influenced by items, which is pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool. Scout a little bit more. And these are ruins of cities, actually. Yeah, so this is quite literally Imperial ruins. Poor guys. They, you know, as you saw in that beginning video, stuff did not go this planet's way. And the turn. Okay. We research the Reclusium, because we got to include everyone. This allows us to build librarians, chaplains, and captains. I do like all of them, to be honest, from the little I've played with them, and they seem to have pretty cool potential. But now we have an armory. Oh, dang, that's not what we needed. We needed the... Excuse me. We needed not the armory. What is it? Because that's for the scout bikes, which we mistakenly did. Influence. Yeah, pocket there is what we need. Alright, well, dang, my bad. So we have an armory, we just don't have the tech to do anything with it yet. That's why we're going to research scout bikes in 4 turns. Oops. Alright, well I promised you that, so we're going to have that, by golly. We're not going to relinquish our promise here. Keep going through the ruins. Oh, nice. More of that. More of that. Promethean relay pipes. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Skip that. Let's do this. And let's just shoot this dog. Oops. There we go. Sorry, clicked out of the window real quick. So one nice thing, you can actually like end the turn while they're finishing the animations, which I kind of like, that you don't have to wait. I don't know how much it actually completes, but it lets you end your turn, which feels nice. Volcanic. Okay. We're almost there. One more turn. Okay, one more turn, guys. We will have this. Scout bikes. Woot woot. So, let's show this. So we have one armory. Scout bikes cost 36. And an upfront cost of 40 requisition. Upkeep of 2. So, boom. Queue one up. You can queue another one up. Another one up. Doesn't show you the turns. I kind of would like if they added that, but that's fine, I guess. And so if I had 2 armories, that would go twice as fast, right? It'd be 3 turns. But we'll build a scout bike. We'll have that early next video, show that off. But I think we're going to leave it there for now. We showed off a few things. We'll capture some nice little animales right here in the near future. And we've got to bring glory back to the Space Marines. We've got a big map to explore, though, relatively speaking. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you for watching, as always. We appreciate the support. Let us know what you think of the video here in the comments. As always, I know I say this, but like, hit me up in the comments if you're like, hey, how's this feature work? Or if I need to add it to the next video. I've done that before. Like I said, we do these previews for you guys more than anything because I think that's a really good idea for you as 4X enthusiast, and this is a different kind of 4X game. So we'll catch you next time. I don't want to belabor this. Thank you for watching. Thank you again for the support. We'll see you guys next episode.